What's good, YouTube? This is the _SynchroGuy, and welcome to today's video. And for this video, we're going to be showing off a replay of how amazing a deck Swordsoul is. The reason why I'm making this video is because if you go on a website called Master Duel Meta, they have sometimes a little tier list that's showing what's good and what's not. And they currently have Swordsoul off the tier list. Like, it's not even tier 3. Like, what? You think Swordsoul can't beat the possibly the best deck, which is cash tier right now? You don't think it's possible, Master Duel? You know what? We're gonna prove it wrong. And in fact, I got some replays that shows that Swordsoul can go toe to toe with the cash tier. So let's get into it. Alright, so here on our first show, we're gonna look at his cash tier, and as you can see, we're going second, and our hand's not quite looking that great, because we don't have any hand traps or anything. But you know what? This deck can still do well, even if they go off full combo, and we don't have any hand traps. In fact, watch and see. In fact, you might get me a little surprise. So opponent's gonna start selling out Fenrir, gonna search out Unicorn, typical. But then here comes a little surprise. Something out Swordsoul Moye. What? They're playing a Swordsoul. They stole our deck? How dare they? Although they have a good eye, considering they know how good synchro summoning is. Yes. But anyway, let's just see how this goes, shall we? Anyway, they're gonna reveal the Tenyi to get the token, and you know, this is gonna be the typical Sorcerer combo. They're gonna go to Chi-Chao. Chi-Chao's gonna activate along with Moye. They're gonna get the draw, and they're gonna search out Blackout. Now, typical, of course, and then they're of course gonna go to Longyang. So, which means obviously that means that they search out Blackout, they probably already had the Longyang, or they drew it off of the Moye, who knows. Anyway, summon out the Longyang, get a token, and then they're going to go into, well, I suspected Baronet, but instead, no, they're going to Tenyi. Which, I was puzzled by this at first, but considering this is catcher deck, the moment something gets banned, Tenyi is gonna trigger, so I guess it makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna deal 1200 points of damage. They're gonna summon out the Rise Hearts, and then banish the card, banish 3 of our cards. Nothing too important though. So go into Shangri-La, and they keep throwing out Protos on top of all of that. Like, okay, you know, I give them props on that. That's incredible. That's quite incredible board, but against our deck, not that good enough. You'll see. Anyway, they're going to use Protos, Cold Dark, set the Blackout, pass, and then going to standby phase. They're obviously going to activate the Shangri-La, and then from there they're going to summon out Unicorn. I probably would prefer Fenrir, but that's just me. Anyway, just watch how we're going to break this board. So we're going to start by summoning out Longyang. That gives you the Blackout, because that Blackout's not going to be doing as much. And that's obviously going to trigger the Unicorn, and they get rid of our Tenyi, because I guess they do not want us to summon it and reduce their guys' stats, or just, you know, conflict with their Tenyi. But anyway, again, this is going to trigger the Shangri-La, and they're also going to chain the Tenyi. And from here, I'm going to chain Heavenly Dragon Circle, which is like, at first I think this might be a little bit misplay, because I was more so going to try to save this for the Blackout, but my thought process in doing here was that I wanted to ensure that my opponent will banish like the Blackout, because by doing so, I get a token, which means I have a chance of trying to go into summon to synchro plays. Nice. But anyway, I'm gonna use this as a tribute token to get search, and they obviously seem to know what I'm up to, so they're gonna chain the Blackout to pop my guys, so that way when they're chaining results, they don't have to banish. But anyway, my circle results, I get the Vishuda, and Vishuda, well, may not be very helpful at the moment because I can't satchel summon because of Protos, since it called Dark earlier here, but that's fine. Alright, because we're gonna use the Ahara. We're gonna use Ahara to summon out the Monk, and now that we have a non-effect monster in the field, well, luckily Vishuda can use its bounce effect, whether it's in the graveyard or in the hand. So we're going to do that, get rid of the Chi-Chao, which means no more interruption, so now we can go off. So we're going to summon out Tenyi to banish the long, get ourselves a token, and then we're going to go into Box. Boxer's going to bounce back the Tenyi and the Shangri-La, and of course we're going to use Tenyi to dump a Moye so we can keep getting some comboing going. But of course, before that, we're going to use our heart to get back Longyang so we have a play for next turn. And then we're going to summon out the Moye, and here, this is where I may also be a little misplay a bit, because I originally was trying to go for Draco Berserker the Tenyi, but I completely forgot that I'm locked out Dark Horse, despite the fact that I was aware about it when I searched up his shooter. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this will still work out. How it goes. Anyway, I'm gonna use good Moe, get draw Ash Blossom, very nice, and use Cheat Out to get search out. How it's we're gonna search out the merchants. Thank you very much. And then offer merchants can get Protos again. Still can't summon Darks. I don't know what I'm thinking, but it's okay. We're just preparing for next turn. Alright, it's all good. It's all good. And anyway, this still, even though I wasn't able to include the build, this is still fine because despite the fact they only have a Proto on the field, which isn't gonna do much because my Chi-Chan can't negate it. And plus, since they have a monster on the field, that means if they have any other Cashier monsters in their hand besides a Rise Heart, well, they're not gonna be able to summon them. So they are completely unless they got this. Unless of course they also got the continuous spell to summon out. But other than that, it's not gonna do them much. Anyway, we're gonna pass turn here, and yeah, it really it looks like it doesn't look like they don't not do much because they just go summon, switch force to attack and swing over Baxia. So now of course they're gonna try to use the effect, but obviously I'm not gonna let that go through. And from there they're just passing. I say, and now it's time to clean up, boys. It's time to clean up. Now, we're gonna use the emergence to search out Moe, okay, summon out Moe, okay, to summon out to feel Longyang, get out token, okay, and we're gonna use the circle since we have a non-effect monster, skip Tenyi monster. We're gonna use Longyang to ditch a thing to summon it, and we're gonna go to Bearing just in case they have Nibiru for whatever reason. So deal 12 points of damage, go into another box, spin that back, and from there, this is pretty much just GG. Like there are 600 life points, and we've got more than enough. 8100 damage on board. That's it. They went off, and we still took it. Let's go. Now I've got one more replay to show off. Again, this is against another Cashier deck. And now our hand starting looks a little bit better. Anyway, let's see how this all plays out. So our opponent's gonna start by summoning out playing Pathfinder, which at first I thought it was gonna be like Newborn, but when they search out the field spell, I was like, okay, no, it's a Cashier deck. And so they're gonna activate that, and I'm gonna search out two Luminous Cashier, and at this point, it's like I should probably activate Max C. So I'm gonna activate the Max C, and they chain Ash Blossom. They always have it. But anyway, so Max is getting game. They're getting such on Unicorn search out Pathfinder. Whatever the spell card has, they're going to use it to summon out Fenrir to search out Rise Heart, and they're going to summon out Rise Heart, overlay Unicorn Fenrir for Shingirira. Of course, they're going to use a Rise Heart, banish Cashier spell, banish 3 of our cards. Then they're going to summon out Filmus Cashier, and they're going to get back that continuous spell. Here's the Birth. Here's a really good card. Alright, and they activate the Birth, but then they use the Shingirira to go to Rise Heart, which gives them the 3 materials, which means they can use its effect straight away if they want to. But then they use the 2 monsters to go to Shingirira. Now it's our turn. We go standby phase to summon a Unicorn. And our hands, it's pretty good, but we could do a little bit better. Alright, so we're gonna go Pot of Desire, banish hand, and draw 2, and nice draw. Now with this, we pretty much have this duel wrapped up, and the reason is because, well, first of all, our Rise Heart is gonna trigger because anything gets banished, it's gonna trigger its mandatory effect. So now that we have both Shingirira and Rise Heart activated, which is important for this card, Kurikara, because it's going to help deal with those 2. We needed one more thing to help deal with the Unicorn, and since we drew into Imburn, we're going to use the Imburn to negate that Unicorn so it doesn't banish anything from our extra deck. And now watch what happens. So we're going to use that to negate the Unicorn. And obviously they're gonna suck it up, and then we're gonna use this shoot up first because, well, we can only special summon when we have no effect monsters on the field, so we have to do this first. But then we trivial guys off to get out Kurikara, and just look at that. It's like they have nothing left. Like they lost all their big monsters. The Macrocosmos is gone. Their semi-indestructible Shingirira is gone. And we got now we have to go Longya, and I think our opponent just knows what's coming next, and like this is game right here, so GG's. Peace. Swordsoul best deck. Let's go! Alright guys, before I end this video, I thought I'd go ahead and show off the Swordsoul deck that I've been running with lately. So this is the current build at the moment. So let's start by going over the Swordsoul part. Obviously, we're playing 3 Moye, one of the best cards. Definitely got to be playing 3 of this. Let's play 2 Tenyi, not one of the cards you wanted to see because it needs a bit of setup. So 2 is really best. Yes, we're playing 2 Craftplay 7 Incredible Glacier. So some people opted to play 3, but I feel like 2 is just a bit better. Then we got the 2 who Long Yang would be playing 3, but as you can see, it currently is at 2 on Master Duel, so it sucks, but we play with what we can get. And of course, we also have playing 3 copies of Emergent, which is a really good card to get any Swordsoul monster so to help start our plays, or if we have a Synchro monster, get any Ward monster, which means we can summon out one of our Tenyi monsters, or even Protos, which is really cool. And then of course we got the Swordsoul Blackout, just to really we make sure our opponent doesn't pop off. Then of course we have ourselves a Tenyi package. I'm playing 2 copies of Hara, 3 copies of Ashuna, and 2 copies of Ashuda. But it's just like this is like you could play around with these. Before I was playing max 3 copies of all these Tenyi monsters. Oh, and also can't forget that Shathana. Pretty good card, can sometimes come up. And then of course we also have 2 copies of the Heavenly Dragon Circle. It can essentially help us out when we have like this in Moye. Okay, because when we try to go Moye and they try to stop it, hop in with something like Emperor and Effective, because well, if that goes through and we don't have any stand there, we're kind of in a tough situation. But with the Circle, okay, we can tribute the Moye, dodge in, make sure we get the token, and with the Circle, we just get the Shadanas, uses effects such as on L, and we get the Chi Chow. Now we won't get the draw, but we can still play. So that's the important part. On more of the non-engine stuff, we've got 2 copies of Kurkai Divian Carnage. As you saw in the replay, really good against a deck like Kashtira. I'm considering playing 3 copies of this, but I'm not too sure as of yet, so I'm just running 2 at the moment. Then of course we got the 3 copies of Maxi and 3 copies of Ash Blossom, very standard. Then we got 2 copies of Platinum Desires. You could play 3, but I'm going with 2 for just right now. Got 1 copy of Triple Time. This is kind of like my placement of the 3rd Kurikara. So if you want to play 3 Kurikaras, you could swap this out for the 3rd one. But Talus, it could be really good, and especially it just helps make sure we either need to get some draws or we just snipe out any other hand traps our opponent may try to throw at us. Yeah, do you have any idea how good it is to like they hand trap you, but then you drop this, get rid of and shuffle back the bureau? And of course I got 2 copies of Coldbar the Great, gotta deal with those pesky Maxis or Ash Balls that they try to stop us, and 3 copies of Infinite Perm, and it's a really good card whether you're going first or second. Okay. In the extra deck we have 1 copy of Yasi. I haven't played some of this guy on like too often recently, but he's definitely pretty good because he can't be targeted and he gives Reservoir card, and plus if he pop himself, you still get to special summon out 1 monster, so it still works. Alright, so he's definitely worth having. And of course, we got 2 copies of Baxia, really good card. 1 copy of Draco Berserker, another really good card. 2 copies of Chicha. How you really want trying to keep your injury rolling as much as you can. Yeah, we got 1 copy of Chowfang to help make sure our opponent doesn't to really shut out like a bunch of the light. If our opponent's playing lights, we could really try and shut it out, or more importantly, just make sure they can't do BO us. Yes, and of course we got 1 copy of Baronade, Omni game, very good. 1 copy of Chengying. Then we got 1 copy of Jing Long. I hope I pronounced it like definitely interesting card, and like it's an interesting one because if you have like a Moye and Long Yang already in your hand, you could try to go into. You could like summon out the Moye, then summon out the Long Yang and go into this guy first before you go into Chicha, because doing so will get you like an extra draw. Well, that is if you're feeling greedy and you don't feel in the bureau, so yeah, you pick your poison. Then we have 1 copy of Sucking and Punisher, an unaffected by activating effects can be quite good sometimes. And we have 3 copies of the Monk and 1 copy of the Shaman. So yeah, this is currently the Swordsoul deck I'm currently playing with at the moment. I will go through. It'll mainly to make a few more changes. Like one of the things you can also do is that you could play the Water Animus Superior Synchro monster Dragite. That guy, he's really good. And there's plenty of cards you can still use. Like you could use the Tenyi Foolish Burial spell to try to get you send your Tenyi monsters and get you back a Tenyi monster. Overall, Swordsoul is still a really great deck, so definitely do not count this deck out. Now, I'm going to keep playing this deck, and I'm going to still prove Master Duel Metal wrong on that Swordsoul is a really good deck and should still be considered a very high tier deck. Let's go! Synchro Summon for life! Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to hit that like button if you like what you see. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And of course, just comment down below if you would like to see more Swordsoul or Synchro decks in general. You know, I love Synchro decks, so I'm not just tied to Swordsoul. I'd be up to play a lot of different Synchro decks, so let me know. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you had an awesome day today.